What's up guys, welcome back once again to the reviews. Today I'm going to be checking out a new product from Streamplify. Thank you to them for sending this over for review. This is a product I haven't really done before, I haven't done a camera before. This is their webcam, literally just called CAM. Like I say, it's from Streamplify, and so we'll take a look at the sort of specifications of it. We'll unbox it, see what you get, and then we'll do some testing and compare it to a Logitech C920, as that's a really popular camera, and see how well it performs. So this is the Streamplify CAM, as it says, it's a webcam. This is 1080p at 60 frames per second and comes with a tripod, like I say, full HD, 60 frames per second. It has autofocus and a 90 degree viewing angle, and that's pretty much all there is to tell you about it. Quick one, it has a 2 megapixel sensor, it's a CMOS sensor, so hopefully it'll be quite good in dim lights. We'll do some testing of that, and like I say, the frame rate is up to 60 frames per second at 1080p. And it also has 2 microphones built into it as well, and brightness enhancement. So this should be quite good. We'll unbox it and have a quick look, see what you get. So first of all, you get a little quick start guide here. Probably won't pay too much attention to that. Nicely packaged. And then in this box should be the little tripod that it comes with, so you don't have to mount it to like your monitor or anything like that. It also comes with a little tiny tripod, so you can actually fix it on there and have it where you want it, on your desk if you want to do that. This is the camera itself. Obviously it's quite small, I quite like that, and it's got sort of a slide here. You can slide it to open the lens and close the lens for privacy. You've got a microphone here, and there's also a microphone in the end here, so it should be very good, well, decent for sound. Again, we'll test that when we plug it in and get it fired up. As well as using the bottom piece here to put on the tripod that it comes with, you can also fold this out and put this on top of your monitor, so you can have it in the sort of traditional place on top of your monitor, for sort of a face-on view. And it's also got a massive cable on it as well, which should be plenty for most people. It's 200 centimeters, so 2 meter cable, and it's just a standard USB-A port. So let's get it plugged in and basically test it compared to the Logitech. Right, so we're currently recording on both cameras at the same time. I'm doing this using 2 computers, because it's just the easiest way to do it rather than trying to get software to do it for you. So I'm recording on 2 computers. So you'll notice me looking left and right between the different screens, which is recording which. So in terms of quality, personally I think the quality on the Logitech is slightly better. It's slightly clearer in terms of the actual picture quality itself. You can probably tell a bit in terms of movement, because the Streamplify records at 60 frames per second. It's probably a bit smoother, so that's definitely a plus, whereas the Logitech only records at 30. So that's a difference there. In terms of anything else, in terms of quality, the brightness is loads a lot better on the Streamplify. It does have a brightness enhancement, which is probably what's introducing that graining. However, Streamplify don't give you any software, or at least I can't find it on the website, for you to adjust this or turn this off, so it is sort of a default, but it's not bad at all. The quality is still very, very good, but it is a little bit more grainy with that enhancement as well. Whereas obviously the Logitech is a lot darker, as you can tell from the 2 pictures you're seeing now. Other than that, the angle on the viewing angle, sort of recording angle on the Streamplify is bigger for sure. I'm not sure what it is on the Logitech. On the Streamplify it's 90 degrees, and as you can probably see from the 2 pictures, you can see more in the frame on the Streamplify than you can on the Logitech. So that's another one for you if you are needing more a wider angle. Than the Streamplify is definitely a better one for you. The other differences is that the Streamplify has a cover for privacy, whereas the Logitech doesn't. Obviously, you can just turn it around if you needed privacy, or whatever. You can do that. And then in terms of sound, as you've been hearing both of these, I've been flicking between them as this has been playing. I'm putting it up on the screen for you to see which one's playing. Sound quality is never great on a microphone for a camera, never going to be really. So you decide whether that matters to you or not. Most people using these kind of things are going to be using dedicated microphones or headset mics, so this shouldn't be an issue. So let's get into sort of how it looks in the dark. So now I've turned the lights off and I've closed the curtains, so there's no natural light coming in really. The only light you're getting is from the monitors that are in front of me, 2 monitors, and obviously like a bit of RGB on the side here, which you can probably see a bit of a red glow. So in terms of recording in the dark, the Streamplify again is much brighter, so it's going to be better if you're recording things in the dark. Again, it does introduce a bit of graining, but the Logitech is darker and probably a little bit more clearer. But it depends what you want from a camera. Personally, I like the fact that the Streamplify is better the brightest, should I say. So that's a positive for me. So that's all there is really to show you about these cameras. I hope this has helped. So you can see which one you want to choose, or if you want this Streamplify camera. So we'll talk about it more up top, and I'll give you my final thoughts on it, and we'll basically talk about what it's like. So let's go back up top. Right, so there we have the Streamplify versus the Logitech C920 webcams, and personally, obviously you be the judge of this yourself. Obviously you've seen the footage, you've heard the sound. Personally, there's a bit between the two, I'd say, in terms of what is sort of going to be down to personal preference, I believe, in terms of what you want. Right, so the pros for the Streamplify, obviously it can do up to 60 frames per second, so it's going to be smoother, whereas the Logitech can only do 30 frames per second. So that's obviously a pro for the Streamplify. Now, in terms of the light, when it's in a light room, we got all the light on and everything, I believe sort of the Logitech feels a little bit clearer on looking at me. However, the background's a lot more blurry, as you can tell from the footage that I've shown. Whereas the Streamplify, although it's not far off in terms of it feels like it's got a little bit more grain to it. But the clarity of the background and things in the background are a lot more defined and look a lot clearer to me. Whether that's something you need or not, I don't really know, to be honest with you. You don't, I suppose if you're streaming, you don't really need to see what's in the background. But yeah, there is that there. In terms of the overall quality, honestly, I think they're very, very close indeed. So now talking about the low light quality, I personally prefer it on the Streamplify. It captures a bit more light than the Logitech does, so it brightens up your face a bit. So if people that are using this for streaming and are streaming at night time and are doing dark streams, maybe like streaming horror games and things like that, where they want all the lights off and they want a bit of ambient lighting in the background and stuff like that, I personally think the Streamplify would be the better option out of the two. The Logitech is definitely darker than the Streamplify is in a low light setting, so that is something to bear in mind as well. However, they are both very good. For saying they're only webcams, they are both very, very good indeed. In terms of sound, again, be the judge of this yourself. Personally, I think it sounds better on the Streamplify. It has got 2 microphones on it, where I believe the Logitech only has the 1. But I think the Logitech picks up background sound more than the Streamplify does, and you could probably hear my PC whirring away in the background on both of them, but it seemed louder on the Logitech than it did on the Streamplify. So I believe that's going to be better. In terms of the clarity of the voice, it was very, very similar between the two, personally, I think. But the Streamplify seems to block out background noise a bit better than the Logitech. So again, that's something to bear in mind. And then lastly, let's come down to the price. Currently on Amazon, the Logitech, you're looking at about £70, and currently here in the UK, the Streamplify is about £60, so there's a £10 difference in these. So personally, if it were me, I'd go for the Streamplify because it's cheaper and it's, to be honest with you, just as good, if not better, in some circumstances. Whereas obviously the Logitech does have its advantages as well. So that's all there is to talk about, really, guys. I am going to be doing a few more products from Streamplify soon. So stick with me for those if you want to see that. I'm going to do a bit of a perfect sort of stream setup using all Streamplify stuff. And I've got some other bits coming, like I say. So stick with me for that. If you like this video, please give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Leave me any comments in the comment section below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.